Do you feel like you're barely keeping your head above water? That no matter how hard you try, meaningful progress remains out of reach? Heather gets that. She battled an eating disorder for years before seeking help. Now in recovery, Heather is here to tell you that positive change is possible even when it doesn't feel that way. Join her as she shares openly about her struggles and small triumphs. Fair warning though, Heather doesn't hold back. Her candid story may trigger some. But for those wanting honesty, hope, and healing, this is 1% Better with Heather. The information and stories shared on 1% Better are based on host Heather's personal experiences with eating disorders and mental health challenges. Heather is not a licensed doctor, therapist, dietitian, or other health professional. Her advice and opinions should not be taken as professional medical advice. Please consult your physician or a qualified health provider regarding any medical or health-related issues. 1% Better also contains descriptions of eating disorders that may be triggering for some listeners. Discretion is advised.
Hey there, my little gaffers, and welcome to 1% Better with Heather. Today's episode is titled Heart. So I'm just thinking off the top of my head here, but I wanted to be in the moment doing this video. So this really goes out to the people on YouTube. Sorry for the people on listening because you can't see what I'm talking about, but I have been having heart issues for a while now. I've been sent to a doctor because my ECGs were coming back abnormal. This is the first time this has happened since doing my ECGs in 2 years. So I've been doing ECGs since July of 2022 or end of June, as soon as I was put into the hospital, and it has not stopped. Every 2 weeks, I go for an ECG along with blood work. How I still have blood in my body, I have no idea, but they keep finding it. So I don't know a lot about hearts, but I do know it's very important for them to beat. Heart stopping is not a thing. So basically my ECG, they monitor, I guess, the rhythm, right? So there's like point A to point Z, and they look at the points from like point A to point B, point A to point C, along those lines. Now, again, not medical, but this is how I understand it. And apparently there's some stoppage in between A and C. So the numbers aren't aligning right. So again, I know a heart beating's a thing. I'm kind of addicted to breathing. The one good addiction that I do have. But so I went and saw the heart doctor. I was there for 2 hours. I thought I was going to be in and out because honestly, I've talked about it before. I am an X-Men. I'm fully convinced. Me around any machine, I win all the time. I break machines. I don't know what happens, but I have something funky going on through my body. So when I was in the hospital, I was hooked up to a feeding tube and the big contraption. I broke 3 of them in an hour. They'd hook it up to me, die. Hook it up to me, die. And the nurse was like, "What are you doing to this thing?" I'm like, "I'm not touching it." And then, yeah, by the end of it, I think went through 6 or 8 of them in a month. Oy. So when I got my ECG, I just thought, oh yeah, well, I broke another machine. No big deal. As of this morning, I broke my microwave. My coffee is stuck inside of it. I can't get it out. So again, I have the gift. So I don't know what I'm going to do to this contraption, but I'll show you what I have. I have a Holter Monitor, as what I think it's called. So if you're watching on YouTube, I have a fancy dancy blue pocket thing here. I'll probably have to stand up. So here, so I got electrodes, one on my collarbone, one in the middle of my chest, a bunch under like my chest and my rib cage. And then I have a white mesh shirt. I'm also wearing a sports bra because they said no metal. So here's my mesh shirt and my Lululemon sports bra thing with no metal. And in the blue holds the monitor. So I'll pull it out for those watching on YouTube. I can't pull it out very far, but here we go. It monitors the time and I guess my heart rate. So that's what it looks like here. And I have to sleep with this guy on. I'm not allowed to have a shower. I have to monitor all my movement. So if I walk up the stairs, got to write that down. If I drive, I got to write that down. If I make beds, I got to write that down. You're getting the picture here. And then when I go to sleep and when I wake up. And every time I eat or drink anything, I have to write that down as well. So this will be interesting. This is the first of a long, intense process. I have to go to Jimmy Pattison, which is I call it like an outpatient hospital here in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. So that's where they do like a lot of testing and stuff, but not something that you get done at the hospital. So they built that hospital. So thank you, Jimmy Pattison, which is a really nice building. And I've been there before for other medical services. So I have to get there then at 7 a.m. and I'm there like all freaking day. Like I got to work a full shift. And they're going to make me run on a treadmill. And I remember saying to the eating disorder doctor, I'm like, you understand I have an eating disorder, right? You're going to make me run on a treadmill. And he's like, what? You can't do it? I'm like, well, I also have vertigo and tinnitus and I fall down a lot. So I guess we're going to find out. So that'll be fun. And then they're going to take 250 pictures of my heart and shoot me through some dye stuff. So if I'm not an X-Men now, as soon as they put that dye in me, I'm really hoping I get a really cool, like, superpower, though. That'd be awesome. I know I'm making jokes. That's who I am. None of this is funny. I always say no one comes out unscathed. And don't be me, because there are always repercussions. This is 2 years in the making and something's showing up now. Again, not funny, but it is Eating Disorder Awareness Week. And this is an important conversation to have. Very important. A heart's a muscle. And me being bulimic and anorexic and everything else under the sun, it does a toll on your body. And again, walking billboard. So don't be me. If I have to be the poster child of don't be me, here it is. Don't be me. I would be lying if I said I wasn't scared. I am scared. I'm very scared, actually. I'm trying to hold it together and not cry. Just because a lot of things go through my head. And even at my lowest, when I was in the hospital and I had 2 weeks to live, I never thought I was going to die. I thought, yeah, okay, everyone else got 5 heads. Maybe that's when the eating disorder and the delusion really was helpful, because I never got stressed out. I was never worried. I never got like my heart rate up or anything. It was pretty chill, other than the fact I didn't want to be in the fucking hospital. But I wasn't like overly flipping out. And not a lot of things scare me. I don't get freaked out. I'm pretty level-headed. It's probably why I got like a level 3 first aid as well. You know, like nothing really spins me. But this, yeah, it's getting to me, not gonna lie. So I don't want to die. I don't want to have heart surgery either. So this is just, I don't want to get on the guilt and shame, because I've come down that road and I don't want to go back, because the guilt and shame will tear me apart. I have guilt for everybody. I have guilt for everyone on the earth times 1,000. So I don't want to get too upset, and I don't want to break this heart monitor. Oh God, that's all I need. But yeah, it it puts life really in perspective right now, and I don't really know what to say. It's it's freaky. We are all mortal, and I also know I don't have control of when it's my time to leave the planet. I am a believer, so this is what gets me through right now. I also think I've come this far, and if I only had 2 weeks to live the first time and I came through it, there's a reason why I'm here on this planet. What that is, I don't know, but I do know the Almighty, whoever you want to believe in, gives out gifts to everyone on this planet. That's why we have doctors and lawyers and very, very, very smart people. I have a big mouth. So I fully believe that that's my gift, and I'm just going to keep talking about my story and hopefully be around a lot longer to tell it than it be cut short. But yeah, this is reality. This is truth. And I'm the only one talking about it. And you're not alone. So if you're going through this, you're not alone. And if you're scared, I totally understand. But again, I've come this far. I'm not giving up now. 1% better every day.
That's all for this episode of 1% Better. To continue the conversation, head over to our website at www.1percentbetter.ca, where you can access more stories and resources. We'd also love it if you subscribed and left us a review on your favorite podcast platform. And remember, friends, progress takes patience, perspective, and sometimes a little help from people who get it. So be kind to yourself and others as we work to get 1% better every day. We'll see you back here next week.